Good afternoon, everyone. We still have about 10 more joining, so we'll get started in just a few moments. All right, we'll give it to about 1:03 and then we'll start. Thank you for being patient. All right, good afternoon. It looks like we have most everyone here that registered for this webinar. I do have my teammate, Michael Knapp's here with me. He'll be doing a short presentation and orientation. We also have our Bureau Director, Katie Kane here, and some other of my teammates as well that will be participating as mentors and mentees. So it's so great to see everyone this afternoon. We want to say that this is a great group of people. I've had the chance to work with several of you in different facets, and everyone has been extremely friendly and helpful. We had a large number of candidates apply to the second OPH mentorship cohort, and we hope that many of you participate in future years in either a mentor or mentee role. We do have several returning mentors, and I do want to say thank you for that. We at the Bureau of Planning and Performance and OPH senior management team, we all believe in this program both for professional and personal growth, and we hope that you can learn greatly from this opportunity. Speaking of which, I want to acknowledge how lucky we are as employees at OPH to be provided this opportunity, and that OPH and its leaders want to invest in their workforce, providing them with networking, skills growth, and other goals. I just want to reiterate that we're all here for you at BP2, in particular the workforce team.
I got a call that I got to
you
be
may
on
contact
too.
our workforce.
Yes, right now.
Sorry. Thank you. You may contact our workforce email or mine and Michael's personal emails. We can send those out after this. I can also provide my cell phone number that you may contact me as well if any issues arise. And if you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to email, call, you can Skype or text either of us. Again, we're really excited about this cohort. I hope everyone has a great partnership. And Katie, did you want to say anything before we get started with Michael?
No, I'm good. Just thank you all so much for being a part of this. We're really excited to have you all. And our mentees are just going to be so lucky. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Katie. All right, well, let's get going and get started, and Michael will kick us off. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, thank you everyone for attending today. Let's see, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Okay, can everyone see that? All right. So my name is Michael Knaps. I'm the Workforce Development Coordinator at BP2. And today we're going to be going over the OPH Mentorship Orientation for 2022. Okay, so for today's agenda, first we're going to start off going over what is mentorship, the do's and don'ts for both mentors and mentees, an overview of the sessions and their suggested agendas. We'll be going over scheduling, expectations, and internal support provided by BP2. And finally, Q&A. So what is mentorship? Mentorship is a professional development program which honors the skills, knowledge, and experience within OPH. A mentor is an individual who is experienced, guiding their mentees to grow their skills, allow them to make better decisions, and gain new perspectives in their career. Mentorship is not a guaranteed promotion, a personal counseling service, or an arrangement where a mentor takes on responsibilities of their mentee or of their mentee's manager. So some mentee do's and don'ts. Mentees should keep an open mind, be clear about their goals, and be prepared for each session. And we recommend that the mentees take the initiative to reach out to their mentors to see what their schedule is like and to be the ones to actually coordinate the sessions as they're going through the mentorship. Mentees should not let their ego get in the way. They should not stay in their comfort zone, and they certainly shouldn't be passive. So with this mentorship program, it's really you get out of it what you put into it kind of thing. So mentees should definitely take an active role. As far as mentor do's and don'ts, mentors should set expectations early on, practice active listening, and communicate responsibly. And they should work to broaden their mentees' network. So as you're working with your mentee and you begin to identify their goals and what they're hoping to accomplish, if there's any other professional connections you can lead them towards, please do so. Mentor don'ts. Mentors should not take their role lightly, try to solve all their mentees' problems, and they should not act like they know more than they actually do. And here's a look at the 6 sessions for the mentorship program and what we would recommend as far as agendas. Again, they're really suggestions. If you'd like to, change up some things, that's completely fine. It's flexible and able to be adjusted as you see fit. But to begin with session 1, that's going to really be getting to know each other, discussing confidentiality, and establishing the goals of the mentee. Session 2, we recommend finalizing your goals and setting up an action plan for the rest of the mentorship. Session 3 allows a focus on a particular challenge with role play. So this would be a situational exercise where the mentor helps the mentee address a challenge in the workplace. Session 4 is a shadowing opportunity. And I'd like to stress that if a mentor asks a mentee to attend one of their meetings, just make sure that all parties involved in the meeting are aware of the situation. Just make sure they know that it's a learning experience, that the mentee is present just to really observe. Session 5 is networking and peer feedback. And then finally, session 6 is to wrap up and reflect. And I'd also like to make a point to state that following each one of these 6 sessions, there will be an evaluation that needs to be completed by both of you. So just make sure you're getting those done. And here's a look at our suggested agendas, just kind of what the format looks like. Again, they are suggested. Feel free to tweak them as you see fit. But I would like to say that the agendas do have really good prompts and tips to keep your mentorship flowing smoothly. As far as scheduling tips, we would recommend that you schedule sessions every 2 to 3 weeks. This will keep everything on track to hopefully complete the mentorship in early to mid-November prior to Thanksgiving. Sessions will need to be scheduled directly in the Together platform. This allows us to track where you're at within the mentorship. In addition to that, you'll also need to set up the sessions in your Outlook calendar separately. Unfortunately, due to some security concerns, IT will not allow us to integrate Outlook with the Together platform. It's very unfortunate that you'll have to schedule twice, but unfortunately there's no workaround that we could find. You will schedule your next session after you complete the session that you're currently in. Communicate with your mentor / mentee if you have some commitments that will impact scheduling. And we'd recommend committing approximately 45 minutes to 1 hour for each session. Participant expectations. The mentorship program requires a strong commitment to build a fruitful relationship, and 4 important components are: 1 being confidentiality. So everything that occurs with your mentor or mentee should be entirely confidential between the 2 of you. There will be a confidentiality agreement that you'll both need to complete. It's important to have mutual respect for one another and to have participate in active listening. And then finally, feedback, both to your mentor / mentee, as well as feedback to us in the evaluation process, proves very helpful for future cohorts and to allow us to address any issues you may be having throughout the entire process.
Recording in progress.
And some support and resources available. We will have mentorship support calls in early October, 1 for mentors and 1 for mentees. And these are optional calls that you can join, but if there's any questions you have that arise, it's a good time for us all to huddle together and try to work through those. There's a resource hub on the Together platform, which has various articles and blog posts that provide tips to help you through your mentorship program. And then also the OPH workforce team is available if you have any questions or concerns throughout. And that's all that I have. Are there any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself or put something in the chat.
And I wanted to say too that I participated last year as a mentee, and there are a couple people that participated last year as a mentor. So if you have any questions about how it went last year as well, you can ask those too.
And also, I want to say that following this orientation, we'll be activating the pairing. So you'll receive an email with next steps as far as scheduling your session, who your mentor or mentee is, and a lot of other helpful information. Where can we access the resource hub? Okay, so that would be in Together. And I think it's going to change once the pairings are initiated, but I'm logged in here and I'm going to look at it as a user. So once you log in, if you go to programs and then click on the program, here are multiple resources. So you have the mentee handbook and the mentor handbook. And then you have all of these articles and blog posts. Okay, let's see. We should expect to connect with mentee by what date? there are a few people that I know were out this week that aren't able to attend this orientation. In that case, we will be providing them with this recording. But I mean, once you get your email, you can attempt to reach out to your mentor or mentee as early as possible.
And as far as Brittany, your question about the layout last year, do you mean the cadence of how we met, or like our agendas and what we wrote?
Kind of the more along the lines of the agendas and kind of the topics that you guys discussed. Obviously, it'll be different for every mentor or mentee. I'm just trying to get a ballpark idea. That's all.
Well, and you know, it's different for each person, like you said, so that the agendas give you kind of like templates and goals to work for. So like the first session, you're going to go over the mentees' skills or goals that they would like to strengthen or achieve. And that's kind of just the groundwork that you're working through. Then you kind of discuss, you know, the cadence of which you hope to meet. So the guidelines are, as you know, you have like 5 months to do this, and there's 6 sessions. So in theory, you could get them done kind of early, but what I think is better is to kind of like stretch it out, because then you have time for that person to actually work on the skills or goals, right? If you do it all in a month or two, there may not be enough time for them to truly work on those things. Another thing to be mindful of is we have hurricane season coming up. People may be pulled away to do their jobs. So it's okay if it takes the full time. For us, my mentor last year, it did. We didn't finish until November. I want to stress too, I know Michael said this, you can absolutely go rogue from the agendas. What we discovered last year was that most people did, and it kind of stressed them out. Like, are we doing okay that we're not following the templates? And you absolutely are. I'd have to look at my exact kind of topics, Brittany, but I can, you know, of course, talk to you over the phone about this afterwards too, if you want to me to kind of run through what mine did. I can talk about mine because it's mine, but I wouldn't be able to really talk about anybody else's. Any advice for those participating as both mentor and mentee? I would just say balance it out the best you can. You know, those meetings, we had have a coworker that did both last year, and he ended up doing a lot of his mentee stuff first, and then kind of stretch his mentor sessions out. But that was based on the partnership that he had. He felt his mentee needed a little more time to kind of get going, whereas what he was seeking out of the relationship didn't need that much time. So I think it's going to be based on the partnership you have with that person and what they're looking to get better at. And I hope I answered all the questions. Any others?
All right, not hearing any questions. Give it another second or two, but if nobody has anything else, thank you all for attending today. And like I said, we'll be sending out the pairing shortly. You should receive an email with next steps. And yeah, looking forward to seeing everyone begin their mentorship. All right, thank you, everyone.
Hey, can I just add one thing?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Katie. I just want to make sure everyone, if anyone in this cohort needs support at all going through the program, please go ahead and reach out to us. And I know they mentioned that, but I just wanted to reiterate that our team is here for you. So if you're having any issues whatsoever, just contact us. Please do. And we want to make sure you're supported with anything you need. So I just want to reiterate that. Thanks, Michael.
And I just wanted to chime in too. I did want to add, going back to what sorry, my cat, Brittany's questions. So after I met with my mentor, a lot of times they would then, as a follow-up, send me resources about things we discussed about, if that helps y'all. So I would discuss maybe an issue I was having at work or a conversation I wanted to have with my boss or a coworker or a skill I was looking to do. And then she would send me afterwards resources that she had or that she had found. You're not required to do that, but if that kind of helps you as well, just how we kind of continued the relationship along the way. And yes, thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.